If you work in government or tech, you know that AI is the buzzword of the moment. But what does it really mean for the people who use government services every day? Inside Government Technology Magazine, we wanted to go beyond the hype and get to the heart of AI's impact on human-centered design. We headed to the National Association of State Chief Information Officers mid-year conference to ask the experts themselves, state CIOs who are shaping the future of technology in government. We wanted to know, what does AI mean for human-centered design? This is what they had to say.
AI is going to help with human-centered design because it's going to make things easier. Citizens are wanting things to be simpler, easy, and fast. And I think Gen AI is going to make that happen. We're talking about helping our staff do their jobs more efficient. The more efficient you make those jobs, the better we can deliver services to our constituents. Easier, faster, and friendlier.
It starts with the focus on human-centered design. It's an essential area, and so really working to understand our constituents' needs and developing for them is essential. What I see with AI and sort of the foundational area is meeting people where they are. And AI is incredible at that. So it starts with translation services, and also I think it involves the ability to speak in natural language. I think both of those, they're easy adaptations to any application, to any website, and we can do more of it. It also, some of the concerns about AI, some of the risks that people are concerned about, they're less applicable for translation services. So I think that's foundationally where we should be doing across all services.
I think it's going to really help us focus a lot more on the consumer of services, which is really what human-centered design is all about. One of the biggest impacts that I see coming from the AI developments recently is the ability for natural language interaction between users and the systems that they're getting support from. And I think that plays really, really well with human-centered design. It helps us meet them where they're at. And it also helps our constituents have a really contextual dialogue with technology that they've never been able to have before.
Getting the connection to understand how our citizens and our constituents are engaging and utilizing state services is a big piece. The other big side of that is how do we make sure that they can actually consume them in ways that they look and find and browse websites and gather that information. The ability for artificial intelligence to gather a lot of that data and really look at the human practices and activities and approaches, not just for our state website, but looking at potential other state websites and other even private sector websites. That's all good information that helps us understand really the characteristics of how we should be providing that state information. So we can really look to combine those two pieces together to get to a much more seamless and much more focused web environment for our entire footprint.
If you think about chatbots, for example, and how we have been thinking about how we use them, which is trying to replicate the human experience through a chatbot, which can generate output and be a generative AI tool. Now we're looking at the way in which we craft those types of technologies to be more than or different than what the human experience would be. So the design used to follow, okay, let's take the knowledge base that an agent would use, for example, a live agent, and just replicate that and try to come as close as we can to as good as we can with that human experience being replicated. Now it's wow, these are really powerful tools. How can we make that experience even better than, and then free up that human capital to do other things that aren't so repetitive?
I think it's even more important than ever when we're looking at generative AI to make sure that we are designing it and building those systems with the humans in mind. We like to use the terms artificial intelligence, but at the end of the day, it's not really intelligent, it's just an algorithm. Trust is foundational, and we can't lose that trust. We need to make sure that if we're delivering services and we're leveraging generative AI to do that, we've designed that system and designed those responses for the constituents we're trying to reach. So whether we're looking at demographic issues, accessibility issues, age issues, connectivity issues, all sorts of things like that for the particular constituencies that we're trying to reach with those services. So we've got to make sure that we've really taken all humans into consideration when we're building out those platforms.
It has raised the bar in citizen and constituent expectations. They're seeing the use of these tools in the private sector, and now the expectation is that in government, we're going to do the same. And we're still going to deliver that same level of expectation for them. So I think it's going to make us faster. I think it's going to make us more efficient, and it's going to help tie the pieces of citizen experience closer together. I'm looking for opportunities for using data across the entire executive branch to really make informed decisions and to help make the citizen experience better.
We've been practitioners and believe that people are at the center of all the things that we do and all the solutions that we provide. And I don't think AI changes that one single bit. Start with the engagement with residents, visitors, businesses, those that interact with government services, understand how they want to interact and make sure that you're offering services on their terms. And then I think we'll find a lot of opportunities where the public expects AI augmented solutions to be in place, whether it's interpreting laws, providing automation, providing an ability to receive services in different ways. So I don't think there is a conflict between the two. They absolutely intersect and support each other. I think AI is going to represent tremendous opportunities to capitalize on those themes that we learn from a design perspective on how to serve people better.
Now that we've heard from them, we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments, what do you think? What does AI mean for human-centered design? Want to stay ahead of the curve? Be sure to subscribe to our Government Technology YouTube channel for the latest insights, interviews, and analysis on AI, government technology, and everything in between. Head over to govtech.com for in-depth articles and resources to navigate this rapidly evolving landscape. See you next time.